you want to say?
I just wanted to ask Dave, and if you don't want to go in this direction, that's okay, obviously, but you said before that we change the nature of the universe through our creations when we have the divine in us, so God's love in us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my question is about, like, obviously we can create things spiritually, emotionally, sexually and physically.
Yes.
And obviously to the point that the love is within those creations will determine what part of those creations is lasting. Is that
well, no, the fact that we're in a state that's loving ourselves and we're in alignment with God, so assuming here we're talking about a celestial spirit. Right?
Well, if we are, I'm talking about that process to the point of becoming celestial and then beyond.
Oh, yes, if you're not yet in the seventh sphere, so let's say you're in the sixth sphere.
But we have God's love in us now.
Oh, well, that's different. I'm assuming, let's say in the sixth sphere we haven't got God's love in us. Any creation we have will get destroyed probably at some point.
But say you and I right now, we have God's love in us, but not to the point of union with our soul again. We can build a venue.
No, that's not.
Well, I know, not you and I. Someone else we know in their first incarnation.
Yeah, like, some of our friends like Tim and
Rachel, yes.
They're in the high celestial spheres.
They're in the celestial. I'm talking about someone on Earth, Phoebe and her soulmate, have some of God's love in them.
Yep.
Whatever,
yes, Phoebe does, yeah.
Yep, she does.
Yep.
So whatever she creates in harmony with God's love.
It has to be in harmony with that love.
And it has to be 100% in harmony with that love for it to change the nature of the universe, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah. So it's possible to do that before she's a celestial spirit, but it's very...
But you just don't notice what you're doing in that state because you lack knowledge.
Yeah.
So Phoebe doesn't realise right now she is creating things, even physical and also spiritual and emotional and also sexual, creating things. But because of the lack of consciousness of awareness, she'll become conscious of it eventually. So this is something my sister will become conscious of. But she doesn't realise that that's happening without her even being aware of it at the moment. But once you become aware of it, you can do it with intention. So if you're not aware of it, it's sort of just happening without you really understanding what's going on. And then you get to a point where you realise it's happening. It's sort of like, an example of that is I realised that I was creating wars on Earth in this life just by being angry. Like physically creating wars because of the power of our soul, Mary and I, that there were certain times when I was angry and I was creating wars. I actually could measure it. The time when I was angry and what happened was, and then stopped being angry and they dissipated. Pretty scary for the 14 in that regard, but yeah.
I don't want to diminish from that point you just made.
Well, no, go on.
Well, in the other direction, what it's really powerful is like the fact that whatever you create, it lasts forever. It's good and it lasts forever if you do it in harmony.
Unless you destroy it.
Yeah, and that's the bit I don't understand.
Well, you may want to.
Why would you destroy it, and how could you?
By your desire. So it's like God could choose to destroy all humans that haven't received part of God. God could. They could have fulfilled their existence, and God could destroy them. And we've said this even in Paget messages. God could destroy them without losing a part of God and without actually being in disharmony with love.
But say I built an orphanage in the spirit world, completely in harmony with God's love, and it became a part of the universe. And
it's not going to be a permanent part because an orphanage is never going to be one.
Okay, so
it's not a good example.
No.
An orphanage by nature assumes that they don't have parents.
Yes, and
of course
one day
they all eventually realise they have a parent, God, and so they no longer need an orphanage, and so naturally it's going to disappear.
I create a forest.
Yep. Yep.
And then it becomes a functioning part of the universe, and it's a gift to everyone. And how could God allow me to go and cut it all down, like spiritually or emotionally?
Because you have free will, you're allowed to. If
But
you
you
feel
never
it's,
would you?
if you feel it's satisfied the point of your creation of doing it, and you feel you'd rather take that energy back and then put that energy into something else, why wouldn't God allow?
Free will. It's
Exactly.
just so powerful. We've just got no idea how powerful it is.
Mm.
What it is.
Yeah, so God has the same will, of course. God could destroy the whole universe if God wanted to. And anything that, anything in it that wasn't in harmony with God's love or hadn't received all of God's love or some of God's love would go. If God so decided.
But you're saying, so would we, if we so decided, and that's where this being made in God's image is also so incredible, isn't it? Because it's
That's right.
we can create and take away, even when it's totally pure. Like that
True.
is such a powerful thing. We always talk about it in the negative, but in the loving sense.
Yeah, so you can create a planet and then decide, it's finished its function, get rid of it.